Hello, everybody. Just waiting for a few people to come on. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? This morning, well, it's afternoon now, but it was morning a few minutes ago. Hi, Paula. I'll give it a minute or two, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started, ladies, because I know everyone has a lot to do today. Hi, Miss Shirley. All right, ladies, it is 12:02, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on what I'm going to talk about today. So today is the beginning of a series that I wanted to do and share with everyone, and it's called How We Healed. And over the next 2 months, I'm going to have different people sharing through our Moments of Joy page about how they heal from traumatic events. So I thought the best thing to do today would be to share my story first. A lot of times people are apprehensive about sharing the raw truth about what they're going through, how they're feeling, because they feel like they're going to be judged. They feel like people aren't going to be there for them, or they're going to talk about them. But the one thing that I learned about the process of healing is it's all up to you, and how you heal is up to you, and getting healed and being healed is up to you. It's not anybody else's responsibility but yours. And how you choose to heal, to make yourself whole and happy, is your choice. So today I'm going to talk about healing through writing. And the thing that I had to heal from was going through a divorce. I went through a very traumatic event, a very traumatic divorce. So at the very beginning, when my ex-husband first left, I was really sad. I was really distraught. I didn't know what to do. I had these kids. I had this house, and it was just a lot on me. And I was just trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I fix this? Where do I start? I didn't have anybody to go to say, do this, or do that. I had lots of people giving me advice of what I needed to do, but what I had to do was figure out what was best for me. So the first thing I did was I went and bought a journal. You can buy journals really, really cheap at Dollar General, Dollar Tree, $1, $2, $3. I said, well, I'll go buy this journal, and maybe I'll try writing. I've always had an interest in writing, but I never really pursued it. So I went and bought this journal. And I just started writing thoughts. And they were kind of raw and kind of real. And I was like, Lord, I don't know if I should really be open like this. But what I've had to learn is being open is what helps you heal. And I also realized that I don't like writing by hand. It hurts my hand. It takes me a long time. And I don't have the best handwriting in the world. So I was like, I'm not going to do this. So I did a post on Facebook, and I asked people about blogging. I was like, does anybody know about blogging? And my wonderful friend Shanae Godley said, WordPress. I said, okay, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try WordPress. So I went to WordPress, and I made an account. And it took me a couple of days to kind of get my thoughts together. And I wrote my first post. And it was hard. It was definitely not an easy task for me. But the one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to show the real feelings, the real emotions, the day-to-day of going through a divorce, being left with 2 children in high school, with no support, the internal feelings, because I learned only through being open and putting those internal feelings out did that make me whole. And then that helped me heal. So I started my blog. And, it wasn't every day. It wasn't even every week sometimes. I might go a long period of time and not blog. Then I'd say, okay, I've got to write. But as I began to write and as I began to share, and not only write how I was feeling in the moment, but write and be honest with myself about my shortcomings, about what I needed to work on, what I had done wrong, what I could have done better, that I began to heal. A lot of times we want to put everything on the other person in a situation, and it's never always on the other person. Sorry, guys. Oh, wait, where'd y'all go? Give me a second. Okay, I'm still working on this. It's a work in progress. It's never just on the other person. It's never just on the other person. We always have room to grow, to improve, and become our best self. So as I begin to write and I begin to share on my blog, I begin to dig into myself. I began to dig out those things in me that needed to be healed, that didn't have anything to do with my ex-husband, but just my personal issues, things that happened in my childhood, things I'd gone through in high school, middle school, things I'd gone through in college, relationships I'd had in the past, my own thoughts, my own thought patterns, what I thought on marriage and relationships should be, what my expectations were that weren't fulfilled, and why. Putting all this out was definitely healing for me. There were some people who loved what I wrote and said it helped them. But then there were some people who felt like, why would you put your life out like that? Aren't your kids going to read that? What are people going to say? Should you just go in prayer? And my response was, if all I ever do is keep it to myself, how can I help anybody else? So that blog for me was really a place of healing. As I kept putting my thoughts down, as I kept digging into myself, my internal self, and just sharing it with others, I really began to see myself. When I started blogging, I was really at a very, very low place. I've told people before, I didn't realize that I hadn't looked in the mirror at myself in a really long time. I didn't see myself as beautiful. I didn't see my worth. I didn't see who I was destined to be. But going through that blog and taking that time to write and be real with other people and real with myself has allowed me to grow to the place that I am today. I will tell anyone that I am still constantly becoming. I'm still growing. I'm still becoming the person that I was destined to be. But I continue to write and I continue to blog and I continue to share because I think about what if I had someone in my life that could have done that for me. Just a blog post, just a Facebook Live, a phone call. So many things that we look for, that we need, that we don't get. And I want to make sure that I'm in a place to share that with other people. So over the next couple of months, as I said before, different people are going to be coming on and they're going to be talking about how they healed. And today, for those who are just tuning in, I'm talking about how I healed from writing. And I realized as I continued to blog that I'm a pretty good writer. And that thought or those things in the past when I was young and I would write sometimes but not really share it with anybody, I need to share my writing. That's a gift that God has given to me, was to write and to share with others. So I continued to blog. And this season, I think I blogged maybe earlier this week or last week, I talked about how it's changed. So before I was really focused on my internal self and going through the process of divorce. And now it's changed to, my journey on helping other women become. And when I talk about becoming, I'm talking about becoming who you are and you being your best self. So I encourage anyone who's going through any area of your life that you feel you need healing in, pick up a pencil and try writing. You might try it and decide it's not really for you and you want to try another avenue. But the most important thing is to do what's best for you. Heal the way that helps you become whole. People can give you advice as such like this. This is advice. This is my experience, sharing my experience with you. For those of you who want to try it, you try it. For those of you who say, no, writing's not for me, it's not my thing, that's okay. But I want to be able to share different options from different people to share how they healed. But find the way that helps you heal. Start thinking about where you are in your life and what you need to be healed from. For me, it was the whole process of divorce. that helped me dig into myself and really get to where I am right now. And believe me, like I said before, I have a long way to go. But I continue to push, and I continue to press, and I continue to put things in my path that help me love myself every single day. If I was on an island by myself right now, I would love me. And I wouldn't need anybody else to do that for me but me. And that's one of the things that came out through writing. I didn't love myself. I wasn't happy with myself. You know, there were things I wanted to do for myself I always put behind because I thought I had to always be last to be a good person or to be a good mother or to be a good wife. And the reality was I didn't. So the more I wrote, the more I dug into myself, the more I became. I really pray that this live has been helpful for you guys. I thank you for everyone who has watched. If you have any questions or you want to send me some questions, you can always check me out at I am T. Sherelle. That's my Instagram. Feel free definitely to look at my blog. It started in July of 2015, and I'm continuing to blog today. I'll probably blog sometime tonight, and it's www.feelspaces.wordpress.com. And I named it Feel Spaces because I had been filling spaces in my heart and in my spirit and in my mind with everything else so that I couldn't see who I was. And digging those things out through writing really helped me become. You can also check out my Moments of Joy Facebook page. It's called Moments of Joy. If you click join, I'll tag you in, and you can be a part of our Moments of Joy community, finding moments of joy every day in our life. And I will continue to post some information the next couple of weeks and introducing these wonderful and amazing women who are open like me and willing to help women grow. I thank you so much today. And like I said, feel free to email me, iamtsherelle@gmail.com. Check out my Instagram at iamtsherelle at Instagram. My blog, www.feelspaces.wordpress.com. I thank you guys so much and have an awesome and beautiful day.